Okay guys, what's up? It is time for the city tour, but before the city tour, I have to break this island down for you a little bit. So there's 3 distinct areas on this island that are only accessible by boat. So before you come to Utila, you kind of have to plan that out. So right now we're on the main part of the island, which is the southernmost part of the island. This is where most of the dive shops are, is the most populated, has the most amenities, the most hotels, etc. There is just behind us here to the north a whole big another half of the island that's only accessible by boat after you've already arrived by boat. It's a more private side of the island, more relaxing. It's got more of a kind of resort vibe. There's not as much diving. The other part is the Cays, or what they call the Keys. You can actually stay out there in the Keys, which are a little set of islands, and talk about private. If you want a really private, secluded, on a really majestic reef island, then take a look at the Keys. You might really like to stay there. But for this tour, we're going to show you the main town. We're starting here on the northernmost part that we can get to, which is the Blue Bayou Beach Bar. And it lives up to its name because you come down to the Blue Bayou and you will hear some stories, let me tell you. It's run by a really nice guy, Brad, and always has some cool locals out here. But let's get going and show you the rest of the town. Okay, so as you can see from the north end, it's quite a ways till you get to any sort of next destination. So unless you're going down to Coral View and doing some snorkeling or something like that, this is about the end of the line for most people. And it's that public beach that we were talking about before. If you're hanging out at the public beach, we have gone to Coconuts, which is just right behind us here, where you are 50% guaranteed to get pupusas 100% of the time.
They have pupusas with cheese only.
One thing you can guarantee is the service is going to be terrible. Terrible. Yeah. But it's really the only place near the beach where you can grab a couple of beers real quick. And, well, real quick's a relative term around here. Grab a couple beers.
Honduras.
Grab a couple beers eventually, and grab some pupusas, and then come out to the beach. But let's jump back into warp mode for just a short brief second till we show you something else. Okay, so next stop is probably, I don't know, probably the best restaurant on the main part of the island, which is Mango Tango. You actually have to get reservations for this place for sunset because they are just so popular. I mean, even during COVID now, when the island is fairly, I mean, what, like probably half capacity, third capacity, they're still packed every single night, even on weekdays. So check it out, Mango Tango, just right here, boom, kind of hidden. Here's the sign right there. But it's our favorite restaurant on the island, without a doubt.
Yep, anything we order is delicious.
Yep, all right, let's warp it. Let's go. Nancy's. We did have to stop to get our favorite empanadas in town. They make them fresh every morning, and if you get here early enough, between 6:30 and 9, they'll make some vegetariano ones, because they're all carne.
If you ask for a special feeling, they can make it for you.
They'll do it. So let's get some.
Nancy's Cafe.
Nancy's Cafe.
Hola.
Hola. Buenos dias.
Cheese and beans sounds good. Dos, por favor. And para two?
Dos pollo, por favor. Gracias.
I'll make yours right now.
Thank you so much.
Fresh empanadas. Yeah.
Look at this well-behaved doggies waiting for us outside. Yes, very good, very good. You see this goodness?
Oh, look at it.
Oh, I have to eat it later. Oh, it's super mango.
Cute.
Dough is so crunchy, I like it. Yum. Yum.
These are the first ones that she's had because we haven't been here early enough to have them make vegetarian ones. And so I've been plowing them down while she's been anticipating it.
Definitely recommend. Let's see. Let's hear his review.
More please, more. That's a pretty good review. Cora, come.
How many licks? How many licks? How many stars? What do you say?
Little more of a connoisseur.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5. Whoa, 5-star review from Cora. I mean, so not only if you show up between 6:30 and 9 can you get amazingly fresh empanadas, which are really my favorite. We only paid 100 limps, which is what they call limpira around here. And so that's the equivalent of like $4 for fresh juice and
Dos empanadas for me.
two custom empanadas and 2 regular chicken empanadas. So that's a pretty good deal for a quick breakfast, or even to take some to go and have it later for lunch.
Yeah.
Yep, super recommend. Okay, so there's only a couple places to rent golf carts or motorcycles or scooters on the island. One of them is RONEEY's here. This is the one that we used, and this little girl's been pretty reliable for us.
Yeah.
There's BODDEN, which is the main one. There's BODDEN 1 and BODDEN 2, but they're all pretty much the same price. So
This one just was the closest
this
one.
just happened to be the most convenient for us. But so far so good. We haven't had any problems. Okay, so we got 3 things here. So one of the main markets where you can buy the majority of your stuff is at BODDEN'S market here. It's one of the bigger ones on the northern part of the island. It's also right next to
Tranquila bar.
Okay, Tranquila bar, where at least for now they have Tequila Tuesdays, where you can get free tequila shots for between 8 and 9 o'clock. And then right next to there is PARROTS dive shop. You'll find a lot of dive shops on the island. You know, do your own research and figure out which one is the best suited for you. We can't necessarily recommend any particular one, but I'm sure whatever choice you make is going to be a good one. They churn out a lot of rescue divers, dive masters. They have a lot of IDC instructors and directors here, so you really can't go wrong.
I heard Utila is most concentrated island with dive schools.
Yeah, I mean, here it's like if you have your rescue diver, like I just got, it's just like, oh, you're just a rescue diver.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the rest of the world, you tell somebody you're a rescue diver, and it's like, whoa, okay, you can help out a little bit on this dive. Watch for the, you know, people that are a little bit more nervous, maybe troublesome. But yeah, definitely a diving hub, no doubt about that. All right, let's keep going. here is the intersection that really covers the two main roads in town. So one main road goes north and south, one main road goes east and west down this way. You can find some really interesting and kind of quirky restaurants and resorts down there. They're not on the beach. At the corner here, you can come to the dive shack if you forgot something and you are coming out to do diving, but note you're gonna pay probably 30%, 40% more for anything that you want for diving when you're on the island, just for the extra cost that it takes to get into the island. This is the one big official bank here, BANCO ATLANTIDA. Probably going to be the more trusted option if you need to bring out cash. And this crossroads is actually where the Utila Dream will drop you off. And so from here, you can pick up a tuk-tuk, or you can actually go down to BODDEN'S, which is just down the east side. I mean, literally maybe 200 meters down that road on the right-hand side, and you can rent yourself a ATV like one of these guys. You can rent yourself a dirt bike, a scooter, golf cart like this, 6-person golf cart. They got tons of different options. Quick, this is Bush's gas station. It's one of the only gas stations on the island. Usually if you do rent something, you got to return it with as much gas as left in it. So just show real quick, Bush's gas station right along the strip here. And this is where you can refill before you have to take your golf cart back, which we will actually have to do today.
Oh no!
Okay, let's go.
Banda Beach, you are a truly paradise. But these days you have to pay for paradise, and it costs 40 limpier, which is about $2 per person. So, but I mean, look at this. I think it's worth it. And they have lots of places for entertainment. Look at this map. Bar, stage where I bet they play music, volleyball field, place for snorkeling, place for swimming. So you definitely find something for yourself, but we're just gonna stick with white sand beach, swimming, snorkeling, and maybe a couple drinks.
Okay, and this is about the end of the road. Once you get to Bando Beach, that is the furthest southern on the main part of the road. The road does keep winding around. You can go see, I don't know, some interesting things for sunrise. There's some other like specialty schools over there, some free dive schools, and some kind of boutique hotels. We're only going to take you this far because that's the main stuff. As you can see, after you get past the intersection from the departure point for Utila Dream and the main drag, really a lot of what you get is just like little gift shops and a ton of dive shops. And then hostels like scattered in between. And if you're coming to do, you know, your dive master or something like that, you're really the southern part of the main part of the island is where most people stay because it's so compact and it's a really big community of divers there. Anyways, we're gonna do the rewind so we can take you to the Easter Road. Okay, that was a hell of a ride, and we got flipped around. Anyways, we're back at the crossroads, and I did want to note that there is one pet store, since we are a travel with dogs vlog, and it's really the only dedicated pet store on the island where you can get, you know, something good like a Purina Pro plan. But again, you're gonna be paying like double price than you would on the island. So recommendation, bring dog food, whatever they eat, to the island. Anyways, we're gonna go take the easterly street, so straight out to the east from the docks, and just do a little cruise and show you a couple of things there. And then we got a couple other surprises for you, so stay tuned. Okay, so right behind us is a super cool spot, and I think the official name is a Jade Seahorse, but it's this, you'll notice it by this picket fence right here, and then when you go inside, you'll notice that everything, all the decor in there is made from recycled materials, so we're always down to support the RRR cause. Yeah, and cool. They actually throw parties occasionally. Like tonight, they're throwing a party there, and it's actually a pretty happening spot. Like really cool, like just curiosities throughout the entire place. So if you want to get kind of weird, come on out to the Jade Seahorse. All right,
weird and eco.
Yeah, let's roll. A little off the beaten path, they do have the beer garden, which is a pretty cool place. It's got like a lot of nice shade, and it gets pretty lively. Obviously it's dead right now because it's the middle of the day, but it's just off the main drag. You make a little bit of a right, and then you are to it. Just to kind of by where that main road, the easterly road, disconnects and kind of joints off, there's a few places just down the road from each of those, but then that's really about it. So we are going to go to a couple of other destinations that are a little bit off the beaten track, and let's show them.
Let's do it.
Let's go. It's a breeding station, so it's really localized for this island and for the Bay Islands, because it's not that iguanas are endangered, but they're indigenous to this region and have become endangered because they are just so friggin' happy-go-lucky that they just get picked off by vultures, and then I'm sure some of the locals have definitely had some iguana shish kebabs in their days, and so the population is super depleted. So they set up this refuge breeding area to support the regrowth and repopulation of iguanas. So we thought we'd come check it out. So let's go take a look.
Let's see some iguanas.
Yeah.
This is a really important species because it's an island endemic. That means that it only exists here in the island of Utila. You cannot find it anywhere else in the world.
Oh,
so
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, about 23 of them right now.
And this one
are babies.
is really curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here is one of the more mature cages, and you can see the female right up here. And this would be one that I imagine they're probably going to release into the black mangroves, which is their natural habitat, sometime pretty soon. So I was wrong originally. These particular iguanas are indigenous only to the island of Utila, which is why they created this conservation and breeding refuge. And so super interesting. It sounds like they just did a release of a dozen. They're going to do a release of a dozen more, and it looks like really cool work that they're doing here. All right, so the tour, everything is based on donations, and so we're of course going to drop our donation into Swampy's mouth here, Swampy the celebrity. And then as an added bonus, they added a new tour. So if you call them ahead of time and you ask to be a part of one of the releases, then they'll try to get you in for one of the releases into the mangroves, which sounds pretty cool. So if you're gonna come visit, try to call ahead and see if you can schedule for one of the releases. That sounds like, I mean, more of an interactive experience, and it's cool because maybe you come back later and you'll release one with one of those little beads on it they use for tracking, and then you'll see it again.
And you recognize your little iguana.
It's my little iguana. Anyway, super cool. Yeah, recommend come check out.
Okay, we left this one for dessert because it's a chocolate factory.
Yeah, last stop for dessert. I like that. Yeah, they got supposedly what, 11 kinds of chocolate here?
I read about 12, but they said
12?
11. Something happened with one kind of chocolate, and we're gonna figure it out.
But either way, there's going to be at least 11 different chocolates involved, which we have to be a part of. Let's go. Welcome to the chocolate factory.
Ooh.
Hola.
Hello.
Buenas tardes.
I feel like that boy who found a ticket for chocolate factory.
Chocolate factory. Yeah.
And I expect to have fun like he did.
I want to see a frickin' chocolate waterfall. Is what I want to see.
So, welcome. Everything we do here is Honduran, and our chocolate is all organic. We start with our bean, which comes from a small family farm here, Progresso. And he sends it already fermented and sun-dried.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there's ginger in it. No? Well, it tastes like there's ginger in it.
Yeah, really. I taste that.
This one should be the lemongrass.
Okay.
Oh, maybe
Lemongrass,
okay, lemongrass.
yeah.
In this one, we just use the dirt.
Okay, after trying 11 kinds of chocolate, whew, I feel so happy.
I just want to hug somebody.
I just want to get a small bar of chocolate, salty, dark.
Salty dark, 60%.
Yeah, that's my favorite
60%
because
cacao.
I just love salt. Nothing I can do about it. And
And-
salt and chocolate. What's the perfect mix, huh?
And I would probably get like the 50 to 60% tuk-tuk, but then we'd have pretty much the same chocolate. So I'm gonna go with. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with the
Tuk-tuk.
tuk-tuk nib nib. Tuk-tuk nib nib.
Yum,
This
yum,
is
yum.
it's a dark-ish chocolate.
Dark, what? With nibs, okay.
Yeah. With nibs.
All right, and that's not all. We're gonna get ice cream. Oh,
And a brownie.
I was dreaming about ice cream for so long, and isn't this the perfect place to get one or two?
Adios, Utila.
Adios or hasta luego.
Hasta
Who
luego.
knows?
So what's your final verdict? Utila.
We're doing stars again?
Huh? I mean, you can do stars if you want.
5 stars.
I'm
5
always-
stars
five-
from
five
5
stars?
of 5. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Equal to Maldives.
Almost Maldives because Maldives is 6 stars.
No,
Everybody can agree, right?
The max is 5 stars. Max
No,
is
it's
5
like
stars.
that hotel in Dubai.
Yeah, but Dubai, they push the limits.
I will
Too far.
push limit
Too
for for Maldives, and so 5 stars for Utila because it's just incredible place to spend. 2 weeks actually wasn't enough, to be honest, even though it's a really small island.
But we were working, and so if you're not working the whole time, I think you can get away with a week and a half, and see everything
Yeah.
and more, probably twice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you're just going and going and going. But I mean, I'm gonna skip the stars. I really liked going out to the Cays. The Cays were nice. I liked the reef line along the north end of the South Island, as we talked about before. You break it up into 3 sections.
Did you like Neptune?
I wouldn't make an event about it, you know. But it was fun. Overall, I think just like the vibe here, super chill, and you know, especially if you're into diving, it's a great place to come, do some courses, get some fun dives in, and I think you really enjoy yourself.
Yeah, so now it's time to leave. We're gonna use Utila Dreams again, ferry, to get to the next island.
Rotan!
Rotan!
Might be up here.
We
up,
going?
Up here, somewhere. Maybe right there.
We coming, Rotan, we coming.